The Elements, a visual exploration of every known atom in the universe. Welcome to episode number 22. Technically episode 21 because I'm gonna call episode number 1 episode number 0. Let's get this started with. The Elements 101 to 109 and 110 to 118. All these, there are no practical applications to it, so I'm going to tell you guys about is their history. And the guy who got named after it, Mendelevium. It's named after Dmitry Mendeleev, the Russian guy who created the periodic table. No, he didn't create the elements. He created the way we organize the periodic table. His father went to university and his mother literally abandoned all her other children just to go ahead and get Mendel an education at the Russian university that, well, her husband went to, which accepted him for some reason. Elements 101 to 109 are one of those like range of elements that go ahead and say that it has no applications, but at least a visible amount has been created. Just know that. And this guy was just named after Dmitry Mendeleev. By the time we're reaching Meitner, we're talking about less than 24 atoms total. Nuclei in this part of the table are becoming too big and too unwieldy to hang around each other for less than a few hours, unless some aliens somehow manage to use some quantum mechanics to manipulate all that, but I'm not sure that's going to happen anytime soon. Anyways, as what I was talking about, Mendelevium is number 101, and I just told you his backstory. Nobelium. Here we have Nobelium. Nobelium himself, well, he's the creator, well, yeah. He is just Alfred Nobel. He's the creator of dynamite. Quite nice, too. Laurentium, named after some guy named Lawrence. Rutherfordium, named after Ernest Rutherford, the creator of the Bohr model. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. Ernest Rutherford. Next we have Dumnium, named after the University of Dumnia. Seaborgium, named after Seaborg. Glenn Seaborg, the founder of this guy. Bohrium, named after Niels Bohr, the creator of the Bohr model. Hassium, named after Hassia. Meitner, okay, this one's interesting. In fact, I'll just go ahead and talk to you guys about all these guys. They are all they are all people who have either never earned a Nobel Prize themselves. It is worth noting, so all of these guys, these guys don't count because they're not even guys, went ahead and earned Nobel Prizes. All of them did, except these two. Why, do you ask? Well, firstly, this guy died before Nobel Prizes existed, and this guy's the inventor of the Nobel Prizes. Haven't you noticed something similar to Nobel and Nobel Prizes? I'd ring you for tech support, but I have a Nobel Prize. My dream to get one someday. Yeah. Oh, one more thing though. Meitner. Let's talk about Lisa Meitner. Lisa Meitner was supposed to get a prize too. She was supposed to also get a prize, and the Nobel Committee wanted to award a prize towards the discoverers of nuclear fission with Otto Hahn. However, they only awarded to Otto Hahn mainly because she was a woman. Haha. But she gets the last laugh, mainly because when they tried to award it to Otto Hahn, they could not find him. And they literally sent out a plea for someone who could just go ahead and find the guy. What they didn't know was that the Allies had them in some British house called the Farmhouse, where they were also holding other German scientists too. Until, well, tensions de-escalated. So a reporter got wind of this and went to go search for him and probably saw him exercising naked in the backyard, or maybe he didn't. Kinda hard to say. Here we have now Darmstadium. All of these are either radioactive or something like that. We have now reached a range of elements where we can safely say that even though they have all been discovered, they don't actually exist. By which means no atoms of any of them exist on this earth. At least not anymore. You can recreate them, but that'll take too much money and too much time. At least you get an element named after you, so. Lisa Meitner got an element named after her. Oh yeah, also this will stay, and Otto Hahn will never get an element named after him, mainly because Hahnium was literally an element that was seriously considered for this element, but Meitnerium was decided, and since Hahnium was a candidate, it can never be a candidate again. Unless you call it Ottoium, but... Now let's talk about these. Darmstadium obviously is named after the German city of Darmstadia. Rowentgenium is named after this guy named Rowent. Copernicium named after the guy who just said, "The sun is the center of the universe, not the earth," which got him kicked out of the Catholic Church. You know him as Nicholas Copernicus. Ionium is named after a Japanese city. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it myself. Also, they do have really good ads. They literally have a Windows ad of anime. They use anime to advertise Windows. Wow. Flerovium named after some guy named Flerov, which was until 2012 known as Ununum Quadium, which was discovered in 1998 by a team at the Joint Institute for Nuclear Research in Dubna, Russia, and this was named after its founder, Georgios Flerov. However, the official line is that they were named after Flerov Laboratory of Nuclear Physics, which is also named after Flerov Either way, though, it's named after Flerov. Moscovium is named after Moscow. Moscow! Mother Russia. Livermorium, it's named after Livermore. It's not named after liver, so it doesn't contain actual liver. It's named after Livermore, where it was found. Tennessee, named after Tennessee. Long live America! Oganesson, it was called Oganesson. Well, Oganesson, it was named after some guy named Oganes. His real name is Yuri Oganessian, and he is the second person to have an element named after him while he was still alive. And Ionium, well, Ionium isn't the name of a city. It is from the Japanese word Nihon. And what do you think that means? Well, Nihon means Japan. I really mispronounced that, didn't I? Have an element named after you in your own country's name? Own country's language? Well, that sounds good. Hangogiyam. And that's literally all I have to say about this. All these are either radioactive and none of them exist anymore anyway. That's it for the end of the video. I'm just gonna drop the mic. I regret that now. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys soon. Until next time, Shanao, peace. Bye bye. This was a nice journey with you. Elements of the periodic table. Don't collect all of them. Some of them are legal. And, well, the last 18 don't exist. Nice journeying with you.